The sun dipped low in the sky, casting a warm glow over the gleaming streets of Monaco. Jeff Bezos, the epitome of success in his impeccably tailored suit and designer sunglasses, strolled casually down the boulevard, the distant murmur of the Mediterranean playing a gentle backdrop to the evening. His footsteps echoed against the pavement, punctuating the rhythm of luxury vehicles that purred past him. The scent of wafting gourmet cuisine from nearby eateries tickled his nose, hinting at the decadent meal that awaited him at the city's most exclusive restaurant. His heart fluttered with anticipation, a testament to the simple pleasures of the opulent life he had meticulously crafted. As he approached the restaurant, the grandeur grew more pronounced. The entrance, a gleaming arch of chrome and glass, stood as a monument to the culinary arts, a beacon to the elite. Jeff's stomach rumbled in approval. He was looking forward to the evening, to the clinking of fine china, the delicate dance of sommeliers, and the soft laughter that floated on the air like notes from a Mozart concerto. The world was his oyster, and he intended to savor every bit of it, but as he drew closer, his eyes caught something that didn't quite fit the picture-perfect scene. A figure slumped against the wall, shrouded in the shadows cast by the glittering facade. A man, Jeff realized, with a start. His heart skipped a beat as he took in the ragged clothes, the unkempt beard, the eyes that held a flicker of something hauntingly familiar. The stark contrast to the opulence around him was jarring, like a sour note in a symphony. The closer Jeff got, the clearer the image became. Recognition dawned, and with it, a cold shiver of disbelief. It was Tom, a former Amazon engineer, once a rising star in the company's ranks. Jeff's mind reeled back to the last time they'd met. A heated debate over ethical lines and corporate responsibility had ended with Tom's dismissal. Jeff had written him off as a troublemaker, a blip on the company's ever-ascending trajectory. And now, here he was, a ghost of his former self, begging for change on the very streets that Jeff now owned. Jeff's pace slowed as he approached the man, the weight of his own prosperity suddenly heavy on his shoulders. He searched Tom's eyes, seeking a spark of the brilliance he'd once known, but found only a reservoir of despair. The irony wasn't lost on him. The very technology that had made Jeff a titan of industry had likely contributed to the downfall of this once innovative mind. The world of algorithms and cold, calculated efficiency had no place for human frailty. Tom's gaze lifted to meet Jeff's, and in that moment, their past collided with the stark reality of the present. The words they'd exchanged, the accusations and justifications echoed in the silence. Jeff felt a pang of guilt, a sour taste in his mouth. He'd been so focused on the pursuit of more that he'd forgotten the cost to those who didn't survive the race. The man before him was a poignant reminder that success wasn't a shield from the consequences of one's actions. "Tom," Jeff managed to say, his voice thick with emotion. The homeless man looked up, surprise flickering across his face, before it was quickly replaced with a mask of resignation. "Jeff," he murmured, his voice a mere shadow of its former vitality. "Fancy seeing you here." The sarcasm was palpable, a knife twisting in Jeff's gut. He reached into his pocket, pulling out a wad of cash, offering it tentatively. Tom took it without a word, his eyes never leaving Jeff's. The tension between them grew, a silent symphony of regret and accusation. Jeff knew that money couldn't erase the years of hardship Tom had endured. But what else could he offer? An apology felt hollow, a mere trifle in the face of such a profound fall from grace. He opened his mouth to speak, but the words caught in his throat. Instead, he settled for a nod, a silent acknowledgement of their shared history and the vast chasm that now lay between them. With a heavy heart, he turned away, the warm glow of the restaurant's entrance feeling suddenly cold and unwelcoming. As he took his seat at the elegantly set table, Jeff couldn't shake the image of Tom from his mind. The crisp white linen and gleaming silverware felt out of place next to the grimy streets he'd just left behind. He picked up the menu, but the exotic dishes and extravagant prices seemed to blur before his eyes. His appetite had disappeared, replaced by a gnawing discomfort that no Michelin-starred meal could satisfy. The whispers of other patrons, their conversations a tapestry of wealth and ambition, only served to amplify the hollowness he felt. Throughout the evening, Jeff found himself lost in thought, his eyes frequently drifting back to the spot where Tom had sat. The laughter and clinking of glasses around him grew muted, a cacophony of indifference. His own reflection in the gleaming crystal, Stemwer stared back, a stark reminder of the man he had become, distant and disconnected from the very world he'd shaped. The irony was bitter. The company he'd built on innovation had left one of its own in the dust of progress. The meal concluded with a dessert that looked like a sculpture, but tasted like a sugary lie. As Jeff pushed it aside, he knew he couldn't ignore the truth any longer. He signaled for the check, his decision made. He had to find Tom to do something, anything, to atone for his role in the man's downfall. He stepped out into the cool night, the sounds of the city a stark contrast to the quiet anguish that now gripped him. The spot where Tom had been was empty, but Jeff's resolve was not. He'd find him again, and this time, he'd listen to the warning that had been shouted into the wind so long ago. The story of their reunion was just beginning, and Jeff was ready to rewrite the ending.